figure reviews, toy hunts, unboxing and rankings, unboxing and displays, etc. All right, YouTube Trolls Toys back at you with another episode of this week's Toy Haul, episode 46. And I have a tendency to get on kicks, I guess, and so I'm on a Motu kick currently, I suppose. We went back to one of our favorite stores, that's Entertainment in Worcester, Massachusetts, on Saturday. Damn, shambles. Friday, December 19th. Right, and we still had some trade credit left. I mostly got G.I. Joe graphic trade paperbacks, right? And some comic related stuff. But we did pick up one figure, Masters of the Universe, New Eternia Whiplash. We had seen him last week and left him behind. He was still there, so it made sense to pick him up. It says, Whiplash, tail-thrashing warrior, the chaotic cataclysm that shattered New Eternia ripped open a portal to a terrifying dimension known as the Demon Zone, home of the powerful reptilian race, the Caligar, and their leader, Whiplash. The merciless brute conquers New Eternia island by island as he crushes all who stand in his way with the savage power of his thick-hided tail. So stay tuned for the opening of Whiplash. He'll either be in a, we do themed videos, so maybe we'll do a Masters of the Universe opening, or he'll be in an episode of Random Figure Review, I'm sure. But coming into the collection, Masters Universe, New Eternia, Whiplash. And then on Saturday, December 20th, we went to Tilton and Cook Marketplace, which is an indoor flea market in Leominster, Massachusetts. We'd set up at a toy show a couple of weeks back in the wild with two of my buddies, and one of them has a booth there at that flea market. And he had seen my Diamonds Like John Wick in my Whatnot toy show and was interested, so I took that to him. Also getting him to help me sell some big boy football jerseys, like size 3 and 4Xs. But he had this Farouk Assad, right, Ron Simmons in action figure form, and this is a terrible gimmick. And it's for a wrestling figure, it's awful. But I just immediately saw him and was like, man, he could be quite the sidekick to He-Man, looking like a gladiator. We could steal a weapon from somebody else. So I think that's where this Farouk's going to go. He's going to get used in my He-Man display, but it says from Warner Robins, Georgia, height 6'2", weight 275 pounds, finisher, the Dominator. The brutal gladiator from a fighting background made his Intercontinental Championship aspirations clear after attacking Ahmed Johnson. And I'm certainly not going to use this blue headpiece. We're going to use this silver one that's on him. But I think 7-inch Mattel figure would fit right in with 7-inch Mattel He-Mans. So he's going to be, we'll probably still just call him Farouk, but he's just going to be one of He-Man's warriors. So he's going to be one of the good guys, right? So he's going to go on our He-Man shelf, I think. So that was our pickup from Saturday, December 20th. All right. Continuing this week's Toy Haul, episode 46. We picked up some figures from Mattel Creations. We got another copy of Motherboard from Masters Universe to try to sell. We got 2 more copies of Coliseum Collection, Roddy Piper and George Animal Steel, because they were at a great price I couldn't pass up, but I already have those. So we'll try to sell or trade those as well. But the only new figure we're adding to our collection from the Mattel Creations pickup is this Masters of the Universe New Eternia Moss Man. And if you know, you know, right? I think this figure kicks ass. We have the Revelation Moss Man, but this is a much beefier boy. I don't have him out of the package yet, but I think he's going to replace my Revelation Moss Man, just like my New Eternia Faker is more than likely going to replace the Revelation Faker. I have them both in the display currently, but we're probably just going to go with this Moss Man. He's just badass. And I didn't mention it, but Moss Man was a rare Sunday arrival on the 21st. And then on Monday the 22nd, we went to Target, and they were having some sales, and I'm not big on AEW, but $14 and whatever cents for Swerve Strickland. I'm in on that, right? I don't have Swerve in my collection. Not the best looking figure, if I'm being honest, but for that price, I picked it up. Probably going to keep it. Not 100% sure yet. The reason I was going to Target's is because they had Simpsons figures on sale for $8, but I can't ever find anybody other than Krusty, Homer, or Bartman. But we were able to find Ralph So we picked up Ralph for our Simpsons display. And we also picked up this Jean Grey. Been on a female figure kick. She was on clearance for 15 bucks. So even though I'm not big on Marvel, I like this head sculpt better. We'll go with this one, but we picked up Jean Grey from Uncanny X-Men. Also on the 22nd, I went to Ollie's, picked up a bunch of stuff just to sell in the toy show on Whatnot, or try to. But I did pick up one more copy of this starting lineup Joel Embiid. We had bought one before, stole his stand to use with Quick Kick, and then sold this figure at a toy show. And we were using him as our Big Lob stand-in. But that's all I'm going to do is steal this stand again. Probably for Slice or Dice. Or one of the other ninjas from G.I. Joe. And then we'll probably just ditch Joel Embiid again. But for $5 and then 25% off, he's $3.74. I figure I can't even buy a stand alone for that price. So that's why we did it. Stopped by another Target on Tuesday the 22nd. Once again, trying to add to our Simpsons display. And we were able to find Otto, the bus driver. So we didn't have Otto represented. $8.39. Now we do. I couldn't remember if I had groundskeeper Willie. So I bought him. But guess what? I already have him. So we'll probably just try to either return him or sell him on Whatnot. And also at that Target on Tuesday, I'm not big into the Sonic line. I only have Sonic. But to get Ivo Robotnik or Jim Carrey in action figure for him on clearance for $9, I couldn't pass it up. So he's going to go in our, I call it our video game display, mostly Mario characters, but we also have Sonic and some of the Mega Man Jada toys that we've unboxed thus far. So we're going to add Ivo Robotnik to that display, Jim Carrey in action figure form. And I had Jim Carrey as a Riddler in the past, but I wound up trading that figure away because I'm not big on McFarlane's, but I just think this figure is pretty kick-ass looking, so he'll probably hang around. And Shambles coming in via trade on Christmas Eve the 23rd. We got this Legend Series White Rabbit. My buddy bought this figure because he wants this Build-A-Figure piece from the Demoglobulin, that glider. I think he's going to just use it with somebody else. But I wanted the White Rabbit figure because, like I said, we've been on a female figure kick, and I think she's pretty badass looking. So it says, a brilliant woman with a twisted mind, Dr. Lorena Dodson is the deranged queen of crime, the White Rabbit. Huh. Bad guy. See, I wouldn't even have guessed that. I mean, I guess I probably would have, but she, in white, just had deceived me a little bit. And arriving via way a Christmas present on Thursday, December 25th, we got Coliseum Collection. The one we were missing, Ultimate Warrior. And the Honky Tonk Man. I know there's another one I think that's currently on ringside. Jesse the Body and King Kong Bundy, so that's technically the one we're missing now, but we were missing this one. But now we have it. And as always, this has been Trolls Toys. I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you soon. Peace. By the way, hope everybody had a happy holiday.